Hello everyone, welcome in the science class. And as we have started and we have reached up to the respiration, the process of the respiration, and we have completed around some part of our respiration, like what is respiration, what are the type of the respiration, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So, and what are the various pathways in that respiration we have already completed. So now I would like to start the next point, that is respiration in humans, that is remaining. So first of all, I would like to show you the picture of the human beings. What are the parts of the respiration? We have the nasal cavity, then we having the larynx, pharynx, trachea and lungs for in our respiration. So especially the main organs of the respiratory systems are the nostrils, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, lungs and diaphragm. These are the, you can say, the organs of the respiratory system, because organs will be come together and they will make the any system. So in this system there are the, these are the organs that are present in our respiratory system. So now let's start with what is a respiratory system of a human being. So exactly I am showing you the picture of the respiratory system, or the organs of the respiratory system which are responsible, or which are doing the main role. So number one, that is a nostril or nose. So nostrils are there, on which the respiration will start from the nostrils, that will take the air from our environment. Okay, then the air will be passed through the pharynx, then it will pass through the larynx, and we through the trachea it will be passed down. Trachea, that is already covered with the rings of a cartilage, that is providing the hardness or protection to the trachea. And then the air will be furtherly, it will go down, and then the trachea will be divided into two parts. Why it is necessary? Because we having human beings having the two lungs, so the equal amount of the air will should be provided, or should be sent into both of the lungs. That is why it is provide, or it will divide into two parts, and now it is called the bronchioles. So here you can see, this is the bronchioles, and here our the trachea will be divided into two parts, and it is going in each lungs. Okay, so that is why it is called the trachea, bronchioles. And after that, uh, bronchi or bronchus will be further divided into several branches, that is called the bronchioles. And bronchioles finally end at the at the end, that is called the alveoli. Okay, so the alveoli is a last end point of our bronchioles. So bronchioles finally come and end with the alveoli. So alveoli also called the air sac in our body for the respiration system. Why? Because finally the air we breathe inside, the oxygen will become and absorb into the alveoli. So alveoli is the final point where the oxygen will be absorbed. Okay, and it is having a more round shaped circles, because it is providing the more surface area to absorb more and more oxygen into that, and here our oxygen will be absorbed. And the alveoli are covered with the veins, capillaries and arteries, because alveoli is absorbing the oxygen that is not useful only for the lungs. This oxygen should be provided to each and every cell in your body. So that is why the blood will enter into the alveoli with the veins, and further it will covered with the capillaries to the alveoli, and there is the transportation of the oxygen from the alveoli to the blood, it will happen. And we having the RBCs, that are red blood cells, which is having the hemoglobin. So that is responsible to trap the oxygen from the alveoli, and then it will convert into the arteries, and artery will take the blood back to the all the part of the body through the heart. So that is the main function of the alveoli. And here you can also see, this is the alveoli, and here is the capillary bed and squamous epithelium tissue. So that is why the oxygen will be trapped by the blood in the. And there is one more part we have to mention, that is a diaphragm. Diaphragm is a rubber like sheet present in the end of the lungs, because when we are taking breathing, it will go down, and when we want to breathe out it will go up. So it will make the pressure and it will help into the breathing processes. Okay, so now we will start with what is actual process of the mechanism of the breathing, how we are breathing. Okay, so this is the actually external process. In the respiration we can divide into the several parts. That is number one, the breathing means we are taking simply air inside, means we are inhaling the air and we are exhaling out the air, that is a part of the breathing. Then inside we are having the cellular respiration, where the oxygen is actually reach into our cell, and in the cell we are having the cellular respiration, means the glucose is already there, and when the oxygen will be reach over there, there is a process and there is a equation will be happen, and energy will be released in the form of ATP. So that is a cellular respiration. So now we are talking about a breathing in. So now I will show you with this diagram. When we are taking breathe in, so what will happen actually, our diaphragm will be contract and it will go down. So when it is go down, the area or the area or the space in our chest cavity will be increased, and the ribs position, you can see the ribs will be go outward position, right? When we are taking the breathe in, the diaphragm is going downward and ribs are going upward position. So it will provide more and more space in our chest cavity, because the lungs will be absorb more and more air from our outside. So that is why this is called the breathe in. And when we are doing breathe out, this will doing actually opposite. The diaphragm will be relaxed and it will come upward direction. You can see here the diaphragm is going like this, so it will creating a less area in our chest cavity, and ribs are coming inside inward position. So it will applying a pressure inside, and the chest cavity will be reduced, and it will applying the pressure on our both the lungs. So that is a reason, because if we are having the low area or low area, so the pressure will be increased, and with the more pressure, the more and more carbon dioxide will exhale out from our lungs. So that is the reason for the breathing and breathe out the process we having. With the help of this activity, you can also understand, always we having seen this in so many science exhibition, the kids are making this the inhalation and exhalation process. So in that also we can understand with this balloon, when we are taking the breath inside, okay, so it will happen like this. This rubber sheet, they are actually acting as a diaphragm. So when we are putting out that rubber sheet, the area will be increased inside and the pressure will be reduced. So the air will become inside from this space, and the balloon will be blown. And in opposite direction, what happen when we are relaxing or we are releasing this rubber sheet, which is acting as a diaphragm. So the pressure will be more inside the bottle, and with the pressure the air will be go out from this nozzle. So that is why the more and more air will be release or excrete out from our lungs. So that is actually the process of breathing in and breathing out of in our body. So that is why it is also very important process to do the provide the oxygen